The fashion industry is the second leading pollutant in the world, only second to the oil industry. Raise your hand if you have ever shopped at ASOS. Keeping your hand raised, now raise your hand if you have ever shopped at Zara. Lastly, raise your hand if you have ever shopped at H&M. If your hand is raised, then you've shopped from a fast fashion store. Just last week, I myself purchased a top from the Zara Join Life collection, and within 3 days, there was a rip in the armpit area. Simon Collins, the dean of fashion at Parsons, the New School of Design, once said, "You see some products and it's just garbage. It's just crap. And you sort of fold it up and you think, yeah, you're going to wear it Saturday to that party, and then it's literally going to fall apart, never to be worn again." The production rate of clothing has rapidly increased over the past few decades to meet the incessant demand of consumers concerning the most recent trends. But consequently, the quality of clothing has declined. While the masses embrace fast fashion, it is critical that consumers are aware of what exactly they are buying and its associated implications as it pertains to the environment and human health. Hello, my name is Marlee Loiben, and as an ethics and sustainability minor, I am here to inform you on the topic of fast fashion and its relation to human rights and the environment. I will be explaining what fast fashion is, how it affects both consumers and garment workers, and how it affects the physical environment. Before we explore the implications of fast fashion, it is critical to have an understanding of what exactly fast fashion is. Fast fashion is a design, manufacturing, and marketing method that rapidly adopts the current and emerging trends of fashion and produces them at high volumes to meet the demand of the masses. With the rise of social media, the masses often desire to imitate the style of celebrities and public figures. According to the Business Insider, the average cost of an item at Zara, the world's most successful fast fashion retailer, is $52. Fast fashion allows mainstream consumers to purchase hot new looks at an affordable price. It's become traditional for fast fashion retailers to have a sky-high rate of stock at any given time, so they don't have to stress about running out of merchandise. Nowadays, fast fashion brands produce about 52 micro-seasons a year, or one new collection a week, fast fashion expert Elizabeth Klein said in an interview with NPR in 2013. By copying streetwear and fashion week trends as they appear nearly instantaneously, these businesses can produce new, desirable styles weekly. There isn't enough time for quality control or to make sure an item was made properly when there is an extreme urgency to get clothing to the masses as quickly as possible. And in order to meet the demand for novelty but affordable products, fast fashion is often made of synthetic materials through basic manufacturing processes, as Elizabeth Klein said in a 2013 NPR interview. Clothing is made in a rushed manner, and brands are selling severely low-quality merchandise. All the elements of fast fashion that I just discussed, trend imitation, rapid high-volume production, and low-quality materials, directly impact the lives of human beings. The production and disposal of fast fashion threatens the health of consumers and garment workers. Fast fashion uses toxic chemicals, dangerous dyes, and synthetic fabrics that trickle into water supplies. According to the Environmental Health Journal, conventional textile dyeing often releases heavy materials and other toxins that can adversely impact the health of animals in addition to nearby residents into local water systems. These garments, full of lead, pesticides, and many other chemicals, rarely break down, and instead they sit in landfills, releasing toxins into the air. During the manufacturing process of fast fashion clothing, garment workers frequently face hazardous and life-threatening situations through labor exploitation. Low and middle income countries produce 90% of the world's clothing, the Environmental Health Journal reports. A study in the book The Dirty Side of Garment Industry indicates that occupational and safety standards in these countries are often not enforced due to poor political infrastructure and organizational management. For instance, in 2012, a garment factory in Bangladesh went on fire, killing 114 employees inside. A study in the Global Environmental Injustice of Fast Fashion Hazards Journal found the horrible working conditions in these factories also tend to cause respiratory problems due to poor ventilation, such as cotton dust and synthetic air particles. This can cause damage to endocrine function, adverse reproduction, lung disease, cancer, accidental injuries, and more. Child labor remains a serious problem in the garment industry as well. As of 2013, 16.7 million children between the ages of 5 and 17 were involved in child labor in South Asia, the International Labor Office found. The alarming working conditions in the garment industry have disproportionately higher rates on children's development and health. As consumers worldwide buy more clothing, the growing market for cheap and new styles is taking a toll on the environment, too. Some parts of modern life are, at this point, widely understood to cause harm. But when it comes to our clothing, these impacts are less obvious. The fast fashion industry contributes to Earth's dwindling fresh water supply. According to Business Insider, the industry is responsible for producing 20% of global wastewater. The used water is chemically loaded and travels to groundwater systems, including streams and rivers, through the runoff process. This affects the toxicity of the entire ecosystem. Fast fashion is the second largest consumer of fresh water on the globe. As of 2019, Business Insider found it takes about 700 gallons of water to produce one cotton shirt. That's enough water for one person to drink at least 8 cups per day for 3.5 years. Cotton is a highly water-intensive plant. In Uzbekistan, cotton farming used up so much water from the Aral Sea that it dried up after 50 years, as a report by Business Insider. This was once one of the world's 4 largest lakes. Now it is little more than a few ponds. On the authority of McKinsey & Company, the fashion supply contributes to 10% of all global carbon emissions. That is more than all international flights and maritime shipping combined. Washing clothing releases 500,000 tons of microfibers into the ocean each year, the UNEP found. Fast fashion tends to be so cheaply made that the items can rarely be sold and are often thrown into the garbage where they are sent to landfills. The equivalent of 1 garbage truck full of clothing is burned or dumped in a landfill every second, the UNEP found. These landfills release toxins into the air. As a UNECE study found, in total, up to 85% of textiles go into landfills each year. That's enough to fill the Sydney Harbor annually. Although fast fashion meets the unending needs of the population in terms of clothing, it is important for society to be aware of overall implications to make wise decisions. After my crash course on fast fashion, by explaining these elements that make up fast fashion, including rapid volume production, trend replication, and low quality, you can better understand how it entangles with environmental and human health concerns. As we embrace fashion, I hope this gives everyone a better understanding of what the fast fashion business model is, and that you are all now aware of its implications on the environment and human health. Considering that nearly everything in life has its advantages and disadvantages, it is crucial to hit a balance to guarantee that ensuring implication of an initiative is more rewarding. Thank you.